Baby Show started 15 years ago in 2002 when we identified a need for there to be one place, a one-stop shop for new parents, especially first-time parents, to buy everything they need for their new arrival. There's lots of things that a new parent needs to think about, such as buggies, nursery furniture, feeding equipment, and the Baby Show gives that to parents. As well as shopping, we also have a range of experts here as well who can offer advice on pre- and postnatal topics and practical baby care.
Unfortunately, I lost my first child, a little girl called Natasha. And when she died, my whole life fell apart. And I was lucky that I got pregnant. And my second child was the world's worst eater. And it was actually the combination of having this child who wouldn't eat and the death of Natasha that really inspired my whole career. And I see many, many mothers starting up businesses now, like little cottage industries, which become quite big businesses, but they start it when their child's very young. And I think it's about confidence and finding something where there's a gap in the market. I think if I had written a book on adult cookery, I probably wouldn't have been as successful. But the fact is I kind of specialised in babies and toddlers, and no one did that. There was this gap in the market of really healthy, tasty food, and I've kind of cornered that market.
Well, Bellamboo's been established for 7 years now, and I met Mandy doing university years, and after working for a marketing agency, I was at a time of my life where I wanted to have children, and I really wanted to have something that was flexible to work with. So Mandy and I had a cup of tea, she did these beautiful illustrations, and together we started the world of Bellamboo, and it started off really small, like a kitchen top table business. And together we kind of grew it and broadened it, and it's gone from there. And what's been really great about that is that we've had the flexibility to work around our children. We both have 2 children. Mine are 7 and 8, Mandy's 2 boys are 4. And we work around school hours, and we kind of built a culture that's flexible for others to work with us, which is really great.
Purely by chance, I started exercising after I had my first 2 very close together, and it made a huge difference. I literally, and I'm not talking necessarily physically, I mean in terms of like my mental well-being, I just felt so much better, and it just planted a seed in my mind, and I just sort of thought, hang on a sec, this is really powerful. And so then when I had my 3rd pregnancy, I had a kind of natural career break, and I retrained. I just thought, well, this is, if it can do this for me, it can do it for a whole bunch of other people, you know, and I want to get it out there. Well, you know, I would say this, but I reckon it's getting a whole lot harder. No, seriously, I think that, you know, we're now at a stage where we want to have careers, and many of us have studied, you know, we want to fly, and at the same time, we move around a lot. We don't necessarily have family near us to support us, and it's really quite tough because we find ourselves juggling the family, trying to do that career, keep it on track, and with not necessarily a support network that our parents might have had.
I got into it in a more in-depth level when I had my twins, because there was no literature about how to help twins sleep. That was 13 years ago, so I've adapted all the things that I've used with all 4 of my children into the Gentle Sleep solution. My top tips for parents who are having problems with their baby sleeping is not to use the shushing sound, because when you use a shushing sound, your stomach muscles tense up, and it makes you as a parent more stressed. So rather than using shushing, I would use deep breathing. I think the role of mother is changing specifically because parents are deciding to do dual roles, that they're both at work and they're both parenting. So I think, you know, dads are getting involved more, which obviously changes the amount of time mums are spending with their babies, and they're able to do other activities. And I think things are just changing and evolving.
You have a short window. You need to learn about early learning, because the way you talk to your baby helps them learn. I don't think it matters if you're a mother or a father for teaching. Generally, the mothers have taken the leading role on their child's early learning, but there's research showing when the fathers are also involved, the child does better academically. So your partner should also be helping you.
I hope to help people realise that they don't have to struggle anymore with poppers, and that everything can be made easier, whether you're out and about on a train trying to change a baby, or it's 3 a.m, or you're a daddy with big hands. So you can just rip it open, and there are no mags on the outside, and then you shut it. The role of a mother, I think, is less distinct now than the role of a father.
because you get women going out to work and the breadwinners, and you get fathers who know all the words to Frozen and how to do cartwheels and pliés. So I think when it comes to motherhood, there are obviously all the extra pressures of having to be a colleague, a mother, a daughter, a wife, everything rolled into one. You've got to do all of it 100% of the time. The real difficulty, I think, is that you've got to do all of that looking great, relaxed and carefree.
Well, it was definitely having children ourselves and struggling at baby bath time. Both myself, my business partner Polly and our husbands, we all found it very, very difficult to bath babies and lift them safely out of the bath water. We thought there must be a product out there that would make it easier, and it literally didn't exist. So we invented the Cuddle Dry towel to help parents at baby bath time take the stress out of it and make it safe. Well, I don't think the role of a mother has changed at all in the absolute heart of it, because that is essentially what it's always been. It's about caring for and nurturing your children. But I just think the other pressures that we have in our lives have changed. We all have to work more, we have other commitments in our lives, and so we have to juggle more around our own lives and our working lives, along with taking care of our little ones.